Okay, class, this is Mixed Master Math, your math teacher, Mr. Martin, otherwise known as M Cubed. I am recording this late in the evening on Monday evening, I know, and some of you maybe have been working through these problems. Now, I would assume on number one, it's a lot like an example we've already done. You are given the measure of angle FJH, so you're given the whole angle. And using this angle addition postulate, you should be able to add this angle, right, which is 6x minus 15, plus this angle, which is x squared plus 8, right? By angle addition postulate, that means this whole angle is equal to this one plus this one, okay? That should give you an equation to solve. I know it's a quadratic, and some of you struggle with quadratics, but it should be doable. Okay, the next one, we did not get to talking about bisectors, okay? But remember, we talked about segment bisectors. We talked about if you had a segment and it was bisected, that means there's something that crosses through that segment that cuts it in half, right? So the same idea with a bisector of an angle. You're given that this ray BD bisects angle ABC, right, which is this whole complete angle. This angle I just outlined in blue has been bisected by this fuchsia colored ray, okay? And that means that if it bisects the angle, it cuts it in half into two equal angles, two equally measured angles. So that means this angle right here is congruent, right? Angle ABD is congruent to angle DBC, okay? Those two angles are congruent. So if they are congruent, then what can we say about their measures? Okay. You should be able to say that if they're congruent angles, then they are equal in measure. So that means since BD is a bisector, the measure of angle ABD is equal to the measure of angle DBC. So if those things are equal, all we need to do is plug in their measures, right? That means this one right here, x squared, x over 2 plus 17 goes here, right? X over 2 plus 17 goes here. And x minus 33, which is this angle, is the measure of that angle, is x minus 33 goes there, okay? The rest is algebra 1, okay? The geometry at that point is done, and you just need to do algebra 1, okay? Again, a lot of you are struggling with fractions. I'm sorry, you need to struggle through it, and you will get better with hard work, right? Okay, number 3, you were not given a diagram, but you should be able to draw a diagram. It looks something like that, right? You have an angle that's been bisected, so you just have some angle, right? You have some angle, and it has been bisected by a ray, okay? Okay, so start with that diagram. It doesn't matter, you don't have to be perfect, right? It could look something more like this. It could look something more like this, right? As long as you make those two angles equal in measure, right, by the fact that it's bisected, okay? You should be able to do that one. Now, the key there is knowing, right? Let me just draw this one real quick. I'm going to be a little bit more careful here. You got an angle something like this. Let me call it R, S. S has to be the vertex, T, right? And SQ, so there's some ray SQ that bisects it. So that means it cuts it in half. This angle right here is equal to this angle right here. Okay? Now you're given also that SV, so there's another ray SV that bisects RSP. Okay, SQ bisects RST. I'm sorry, I didn't even read the whole thing. SP bisects RSQ. So now you've got another SP SP, right? SP bisects RSQ, so it looks something like that, right? So that's that one. Let me underline it in blue. So the green one was this bisection, right? The blue one was this bisection. Let me do a red one. A red one, SV bisects RSP, okay? There's another one in there. So you may want to redraw that one and make it a little bit bigger, right? Let me redraw that. That's why we use pencil. Or we use an electronic pencil, even better, right? So you've got some angle. Let's start with the bigger angle. And let me draw, keep with the green one with the first one, SQ, right? SQ. This is RST. That's SQ. Then you've got a blue one that's bisecting RSQ, right? Then you've got a red one that's bisecting RSP. So this is, sorry, this is P here. Then you've got a red one. I'm going to bisect RSP. And then they give you that VSP. Sorry, there's a point V. VSP, this angle right here. So look, got to be careful here, right? I mean, we bisected. This green one bisected. So this angle here is equal to this angle here. Then the blue one, so let me use blue. Let me use a blue thing. The blue one bisected the green and the maroon over here, right? So this is equal to this, right? This angle is equal to this angle. I mean, most of you are going to see right away what you got to do. And then let me use a different color, dark blue. Then this red one bisected its angle. So this is congruent to this, okay? Look at the different colors. If you're colorblind, I can't help you. I'm sorry. Okay, so this right here is 17 degrees. Now, since that is 17, see this blue one I marked up here? This is 17 degrees. So this has to be 17 because it bisected. This red line bisected that blue and maroon angle. So this is 17 in here, right? And we're looking for the measure of angle TSQ. TSQ. I'm looking for this angle over here. We don't know. But we know that fuchsia color, right? This color here, I believe that's fuchsia. That is congruent to that. So whatever I get for this right here, this whole thing, I can make this. Now look, we just said the two parts of half of it are 17, 17. This right here is 17 plus 17, which is, right? 17 plus 17 is 34, right? So you should be able to figure out, right? By the fact that now this blue, this Xavier blue is 34, and this Xavier blue is 34, right? So you should get RSQ, and what do you know about RSQ compared to QST? Okay, you should be able to figure that out. Okay, if an angle is bisected and then 127 is added to one of the blah, 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 blah. Ooh, look at that. That is difficult to understand. We got to break this down. If an angle is bisected, okay, so let's just draw some angle that's been bisected, right? Okay, so the angle is bisected, and then 127 is added to one of the bisected angle measures, okay? So we're going to have to just call this X, right? And this is X, because those things are equal, right? Those things are equal in measure. So 127 is added to one of them, and then the result is a straight angle. Okay, so we're saying that X plus some 127 equals a straight angle. So figure out what a straight angle is. You're going to plug it in there, and then we're going to, now that may not answer our question at the end here. What is the measure of the original angle? Okay. Okay, so that should give you a good start on some of these. Some of these may be a little bit more difficult at the end, but hopefully you got some equations here and some ideas to start through this assignment.